Hi, so I'm down here in the Message Receive studio, and I decided to do an updated version of the video showing what kind of guitar equipment I use and how to set up a stereo guitar system. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you my Ovation guitar. Now this guitar has a stereo out and also an option for a mono. When you're using the stereo out, you need to use a cord that splits. So there's a stereo tip going into the guitar, and then the cord splits into two 1/4-inch cables. What the toggle switch does on this Ovation is actually switches pickups. So you can play out of only the bridge pickup, only the neck pickup, or both pickups. This is the stereo input from the guitar going into a DD20 Boss delay pedal. And then out from that pedal there's stereo outputs on it. So one of them goes into a micropog, and the micropog sends a dry out to one of the guitar channels, but it also sends an effect out to my bass cab. So I set it for a sub-octave down, and the bass cab adds a little bit of extra thickness to the guitar tone. So the other channel goes through a distortion pedal that my friend Trask made me, and a MXR full bore pedal. And then that goes out into a C20 chorus ensemble that has stereo inputs and outputs, and that goes out to the two separate cabs. So the other distortion channel going out from the DD20 goes into a metal muff, and then a small stone phaser, and then goes into the chorus pedal and then out to the other guitar channel. And just to get rid of some unwanted noise from the micropog, I've put a smart gate on the micropog, and that goes directly out to my bass cab. So I use 3 amps. This is the left channel, that's the right channel, and that's the center channel or the bass channel. These Blackheart cabs are just small tube combos. They have a switch for 7 watts or 15 watts, and just some basic settings that you can put on them. For my bass channel, I use an orange cab. It's a Crush 50 BXT, and that just has some basic settings as well. Each of the different cabs are pretty quiet on their own, but when they're all combined together, you get a pretty thick sound out of them. Before any of the signals get into the cabs, I have a rack mount here, just a tuner so I can see when I'm tuning. Got a hush noise suppressor for both the guitar channels, and a power conditioner. This entire guitar setup is kind of like having a 2.1 stereo system with a subwoofer and true stereo. So that's my stereo guitar setup. You have a lot of versatility. You can send distortion to one side or the other, or both sides. You can turn off either amp, using the toggle switch on your guitar. Having the bass down the center adds a lot of thickness to the sound. The chorus ensemble pedal and the stereo imaging adds a lot of dimension. And I found that it works really well playing in a 2-piece band where the guitar can often sound pretty thin, not having a bass player, and having those extra components can really thicken up the sound and make it sound fuller, like you're almost playing with another guitarist and a bassist. So that's my guitar setup for Message Received.